You're watching the Sega Driven YouTube channel, and this is our Sonic Hacking Contest 2023 coverage. In this video we're taking a look at Silver Sonic, the Crystal Islands, developed by Roebloz. So this is a cool little thing, and yeah, just nice to see because it's not a game that gets modded too often. So this is a total conversion hack of Sonic the Hedgehog for Master System. And it allows you to play as Silver Sonic from Sonic 2 8-bit. It's the full package. It's a complete conversion of the game. Brand new stages, brand new sprites, brand new tile sets, completely new stage designs. Just loads of custom artwork, new music. It's everything that you could possibly convert and change and alter has been changed for this ROM hack. And it's great to see ROM hacks of the Master System games because I feel like they're a little unloved when it comes to Sonic games nowadays. They are great little games in their own right, a little bit more platform focused, a little slower paced, and as a result they feel like their own thing. There is still a nice sort of juxtaposition between the platforming and the speed of the original two Master System games. I feel like it definitely still tries to emphasise rewarding you with a speedy bit after doing some good platforming, and I feel like that's where this ROM hack falls down a little bit, because unfortunately I feel like the entire time you're being very careful, very slow, very considered with your platforming, and there's not an awful lot of opportunities to really, let loose and actually, run fast through the stages. Because you're punished quite severely with an awful lot of pitfalls in this game. I think that's the biggest problem with its stage design, is pitfalls. It's especially early on, it just doesn't seem to make sense to me to punish the player for exploring in a platform game with pitfalls just, that early into the game. It really needs to give you some room to muck around and explore in the first stage and the first two acts in particular, and really just get to grips with its mechanics and how it feels and how it plays, and then start to introduce pitfalls as the game progresses and gets a little bit more difficult, and you get to sort of more to grips with the way it's structured. But almost from the second act of this, there are pitfalls and instant death pits, and it's just not a nice feeling to feel like your exploration is being so heavily hampered by the stage design. It's the biggest problem with this, unfortunately. It's just so like pitfall heavy, unfortunately, that you just can't really explore and enjoy it the way like a traditional 8-bit Sonic game can be enjoyed. Those games don't have nearly as many pitfalls and are very much focused on letting you explore and letting you enjoy the world, and actually rewarding you for exploration by, finding the hidden chaos elements. Whereas in this, it really wants to punish you for doing anything other than going on the set path that it has decided is the correct way. And as a result, I can't really recommend it as such, which is a shame because I want to be able to recommend more 8-bit ROM hacks, because I think those games are really unloved and really underappreciated, but this doesn't put them in the best light, unfortunately. It's a little bit too difficult for its own good. And I was playing the easy version of this. There are two versions of this ROM hack in the zip folder. There is an easy mode and a hard mode. It says to focus on easy mode first, and then once you've done that and you feel like you need the extra challenge, you can go into the hard mode, which is way more unforgiving. But even then, I think the easy mode is a little bit too, heavy on the old pitfalls. I also feel like the overall presentation of this game is a little too heavy on the blues. It's from every single stage, because it's got this sort of like ice and crystal theme. There's a lot of blue at any given point when you're looking at these stages. From stage to stage, it doesn't feel like you're making much progression as a result. It feels like it needs more colour variation and a little bit more changes to the overall tile set and graphical presentation to help make it feel like you're actually going somewhere. Because the moment you clear a stage and then you enter another one and it's more blue rocks and more blue crystals, it's just like, okay, lads, we get it. It's the same thing over and over and over, which doesn't really make you as a player want to push forward. It's a real shame because I feel like this is such an easy fix. You know, they can tweak the stages to be a little bit more unique looking from stage to stage. Because at the moment it's just so heavy on the blues. It's such a real shame that each stage doesn't have that sort of like graphical identity that it really needs to help it feel like you're actually progressing somewhere. One other complaint as well is that the special stages, well, the bonus stages when you enter the sort of springy areas where you can get extra lives, they don't have an end. They've removed the endings from them, which means that once you've collected all of the rings on the stage, which is very possible, especially in these earlier ones, you just basically have to wait for the clock to wind down. Whereas before, you at least had a goal that you could hit and finish the stage once you were done in it, you know? So it's a bit of a shame that that's been removed. It just means that you sit around waiting for things to finish, which is a bit kind of against the Sonic ethos, isn't it? You know, you should be always... the pressure should always be on, the pace should always be, you know, nice and quick and snappy, and yeah, waiting around for timers to deplete is not the Sonic way as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, mixed bag this. I very much enjoy what it's attempting. I love to see 8-bit Sonic hacks. I think that's really cool and I want to see more of that. But this isn't the most successful thing out there right now, and it definitely needs some tweaking to its stage designs so that it's not so pitfall heavy. I want to be able to explore stages. I want my platform games to let me explore, and this does not. It wants you to go one specific route. If you so much as dare to go off the beaten path, you are going to be punished for it, which is not a nice time.